All right, this is it. Ooh, we got Big Z up top. We got me right here. It's taken me a long time to start the recording of this video today. What a weird world we're living in. What a weird time and day. I actually kind of liked it when it was no music. Let's turn the music back down. Because you got an intro today. You know, I didn't post the last episode that I made because I just been lazy lately. I didn't really talk about much. Not really a whole lot was going on. Like just casual stuff. It was great. It was very fun. I haven't really, that's why distance between episodes 1 and 2 are so long, and this is really episode 3, but I'm still gonna, call it episode 2. So we're gonna talk happy, sad, good, and bad today. It's weird because this is my new thing that I'm gonna do, so I'm gonna talk about my life and this and that, but obviously there's a lot of sad and bad going on in the world. Okay, I'll put it that way. Obviously there's a lot of sad and bad going on in the world, especially in this country, over the last week or so, even more so, and I'm going to talk about my life and, my little things real quick, and then we're gonna get into all the craziness, I don't even like saying these words because this isn't the kind of thing that I talk about a lot of people with, and that's why I like talking to you guys, because I need to get this kind of stuff off my chest and get my thoughts out. And I also like putting my thoughts out too, because I don't know how to word it, but like the first thing that I think is not always the last thing that I think. I can admit that sometimes my first instincts may not be the right instinct, so I like to just talk about the way that I feel about things, and if I'm being wrong or dumb or stupid about things, you guys can tell me that, and if I'm being logical about things, you guys can tell me that too. So we're going to do that today, and it's going to be a whole thing. Obviously, we're going to talk about Charlie Kirk. We're going to talk about the response to that and everything that's going on. But before we get into the bad and the sad, let's talk about some happy. I like to start things off on a good note. Let's just talk about the good stuff that I can think about. I don't know how else to word it. We'll get into it. We'll get into it pretty quickly, but let's think of something good to talk about. Here, instead of thinking about talking about things that are good, like news or this or that, I will let you folks in on an exercise that I like to do. I try to do it daily, but I'm very bad at it. So I haven't done it in a couple days. Let's do it right now. Let's talk about what we're thankful for. If you guys want to join in with me with this exercise, I think it's a very nice way to get your mind in a good space when the world is so not good. So what am I thankful for? Obviously, I almost always start my list off with little Z. My beautiful baby. She's getting older. Her health issues are getting worse by the day, but it's okay because I love her so much and she's the best girl in the world. Ooh, wow. And I value every second that I get with her. She's the best dog I've ever had. I have no idea what I'm going to do when the time comes, if, I have no idea. So life is great. I'm so happy to have her in my life. I'm in my beautiful SoCal apartment playing on my Switch 2. I personally have a very, very, very blessed life. I have gone through my own hardships and such, and I'm kind of hoping that I'm on the back end of that. I'm hoping that there's not... I already know that I am, because even if more random shit happens to me, I'm so prepped and ready for it that I feel like I can handle things a little bit better than, in previous stages of my life. Ooh, a little more than I was hoping for, but it actually looks like it's going to help me out. Nice. Yeah, my family's doing well. My friends are doing well. I'm reconnecting with old friends from, several years ago. I can't believe how long it's been since I've been back here, bro, in California. It feels like I feel like I was just here, And then I look at the clock and I'm like, bro, I haven't talked to some of these people in like 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. I have a friend who I haven't really seen them since their wedding, and that was in like 2018, and I was just hitting them up and I was like, hey, let's, get together. And it's not like I found so on their wedding day, like little linens, like, I don't have one nearby, like I use this microfiber, like this, picture something this cloth, or sorry, this size, like a cloth napkin that you get when you go to a nice restaurant. So after working in restaurants enough time, I know that these restaurants, they don't do their own linens. And this is at a wedding/catering company. And most of the time, if they get damaged or lost, it's just covered by their insurance or whatever. So on their wedding day, I took one. I just took it with me. And I thought to myself, I was like, well, what am I going to use this for? And it seemed to me that it would be a nice little, I wanted to give it to them as like an anniversary gift, be like, hey guys, remember this day? And I thought that would be cute, so I saved that for them, and I hit them up not too long ago, so hopefully we can all, get together, meet up, and this and that. But it's so great reconnecting with old friends, making new friends. That's one of the things that I guess, well, before we get into the bad and the sad, I don't know how else to word it other than this, man, but like the best times in my life are when you're just chilling with a good homie, when you're just chilling with a good friend, or, I say homie, but girl, guy, whatever, it doesn't matter, someone that you connect with, someone that you vibe with, like that's just, that's the best. That's the absolute best. So do that as much as you can in life if you want to, try and enjoy people, it's because it's tough, man. It's really easy easy to not enjoy people in this day and age. So if you want to enjoy people, you know, meet up with the homies, meet up with the girls, meet up with the whoever, you know, you chill with, and just have some fun, man. It's nice to, you know, like I don't drink anymore, so it's nice to just share, smoke, share whatever, share some good food. Like what's his name? Dude, I'm so bad with names. Oh my god, I'm so bad with names. John. I'm like, ugh. He was just here the other day. John just came by a couple days ago. We were, you know, I was watching some football. He's like, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing. So, you know, he came by. He doesn't smoke, but, you know, we took a little walk down to downtown Long Beach, which, you know, is about a mile from my place. So, you know, we walked for like, you know, 20 minutes. And then there was all the restaurants. We just walked around town, you know, stopped at this one little spot that I've walked by a million times. I think it's called King's Seafood, right on Pine Street. We had a good meal, bro. We had some crab cakes, had calamari to start. Then we had, what did he have? He had a clam linguine, which I saw that on the menu. I'm like, looks good. Looks good. It did look good, too, when they brought it out. I got lucky with that fairway drop. And then I had a blackened ahi tuna steak rare with mac and cheese and Brussels sprouts. And the Brussels sprouts had like a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of bacon. It was good. It was really good. I felt very fortunate. Then we walked over to Starbucks, got some coffee, chilled, walked back to my place. And then he just went, you know, and I met him at the bike. So he went to the bike there to, you know, go do some work. And just a great day, man. Completely blessed to have moments like that, you know, 3, 4, 5 hours where you get to hang out with somebody, like absolutely blessed. So I'm extremely thankful for all the good things in my life. And I cannot deny that I have many, many, many good things in my life that I am very thankful for. All right. But, however, that should be like that's the transition, the bumper for my channel. But, however, I have my disease. My disease has been running rampant lately, folks. It's so funny, too, because I talked about this, actually. I talked about this on my first episode, which is before this happened, man. I talked about this, man. I got a disease that some people on the right, one particular person on the right, actually, has called, like, bad. And I didn't know it was bad, but I think they're right. I really do. I think they're right, because it hinders you in so many ways. But, the way I feel empathy is, like, so weird, man. Like, I think it's because I get in my own head, okay? I am so in my own head all the time, where, like, sometimes I'll just be standing here for, like, a few minutes, and I'll realize that if someone was watching me, they'll be like, bro, are you even on this earth anymore? Because I've so zoned out. I'm either, like, thinking about something that's happened in my past, planning the future, but the problem with me is, I can do that for, like, a lot of stupid stuff. Not stupid stuff, but, like, so say I'm sitting at, like, a Starbucks, it's on my phone or whatever, and I see a person walk by. At any point in time, my brain could just, like, jump into their life. So, like, I'll see, like, a woman walking down the street with, like, you know, a bunch of bags, and she'll be, like, you know, say, like grocery bags, and she'll be walking quickly. I'm like, oh my god, where's she going? What's in her life right now? Like, is she, like, she probably lives down here because she has grocery bags. She's rushing, so she's probably late for something. Maybe she's expecting people, and, you know, maybe they have a kid with them, maybe they don't, maybe they have a man with them, maybe they don't. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I'll just, like, I don't know. It's easy for me to get distracted. So it's not like I'm doing this on purpose, and it's not like I'm, oh, look at me, I can get into other people's, it's like, no, none of that at all. And I don't know how else to word this other than it's like a visualization thing too. I've always been really good at visualization. And here's my real world example for that. So I've played a lot of first person shooters in my life, you know, and it's like, oh, okay, sure, you've played a lot of video games. For some reason, I can't tell you why. So it's not like assault rifles where you got these big guns and this and that. I don't know why, but the little handguns, okay? And, you know, sometimes, like, say you play a game like Halo, you don't see the gun. It's just, like, a little reticle on the screen, you know, pew, pew, pew. But in games like Battlefield, I played so much Battlefield and so much Call of Duty where when you have the little handgun, like, you put that in front of your face and you see it, and it's real. It feels real. And you see the recoil. Got the... You see the recoil, you know? And so because of that, I felt like I had shot a handgun more than just the one time that I went to a firing range and, like, you know, when I was like 20, you know? So I fired a handgun one time in real life when I was 20, like maybe like a clip or two, maybe. But I did play a lot of video games. So basically, almost like maybe 3-4 years ago, I went to get a handgun and, well, not get a handgun, but like get the license to be able to carry a handgun in Massachusetts. And when I did that, you had to take a handgun safety training course. I went and took the course, and I just knew that I would feel comfortable with the weapon and that I would be accurate with it. That's all I knew. I didn't know. And I was like, and is it just because I had played a lot of video games and I felt confident in it? Yes. I know it's really stupid to say, but yes, it is. And it's not because, like, I thought that I could use like a rocket launcher because I've done that in video games, because a handgun just felt so basic and so simple and so realistic. So I visualized it several times. I'm like, can I do this? Can I, yeah. And I was like, yes, I can. I was like, if other people can do this, I feel like I can do this. And so I just went and I did it. And my accuracy was crazy. My bullet spread, whatever you call it, the little, the diameter that you try to keep all the shots in, it was good. I should have I think I still have the paper, that you shoot into, and I should show it to you guys. I'm not joking. But why do I bring these two things up? It's because they both relate, in my opinion, to empathy. They're both like, you're putting yourself in a different situation. Sure, one's visualization with like an actual tool, and one is living a person's life, but they're both completely different to me. Like, I have no idea what it's like to be a woman. I have no idea what it's like to be, say, like this little kid or that guy over there. So at least like a guy, I say woman because like that's way different than what I do. I live my own life, whereas, just think about it, bro. Off the rip, say like, change places. Like, I don't even know the words anymore that we're supposed to say. Like, are we supposed to say gender? Like, I don't know. Like, I was going to say gender, but is that the right word now? I'm going to say gender. Say I change gender. Like, you got to worry about like difference in muscle mass. I have to worry about menstruation. I have to worry about so many things that wouldn't apply to like my life. So like, that's why if I at least see a guy, I'm like, okay, maybe I can kind of relate to you a little bit, maybe. But like, so when I try to empathize with people whose lives are very different than mine, it's difficult, but I still feel like I can get kind of close. Like with the gun, I feel like I can still kind of understand enough to put myself in there. I lived with my grandma for enough years. Like, I saw what it was like to be some parts of, a lady. So I don't know. But the reason why I bring this up is because I'm doing it again. I'm feeling bad. And I guess it's like, tell me. So like, should you feel bad for someone who preached against empathy? Like, I do. I guess I shouldn't, but I do. I feel bad for the kids, mainly, I would say. I feel bad for all the people who had to see that. That's wild. That's insane. Oh, that's a bad shot. Can we like curve around these bunkers? I leave the wife for last because like I'm undecided on her. I've heard her talking to, and like she doesn't seem like, I'll put it this way. When she talks, it's like, oh, you can see exactly why they got married. You can see exactly where they fell in love. And what happened to that dude was like insane, heinous, tragic, all that stuff. Obviously. Like, the world should not have had to go through that with his family, with the people who were there. There was like 3,000 people there. Bro, that makes me want to just, like, that alone makes me want to puke. Like, ugh. Like, you shouldn't have a public execution in 2025. Like, I don't know if that needs to be said, but like, that's just, I'll put my 2 cents out there. You shouldn't have someone, I'm sorry, I paused because I was thinking, I was like, I'm pretty sure this guy did actually ask for at one point there to be public executions in 2025. But that's not what I'm not talking about that kind of stuff. I'm not here to like, talk about someone's ideals or values. I just think it's a fucked up situation that we're all in right now. I think it's a really, really, really fucked up situation. And here's the thing that's most fucked up about it too. It's like, not the most fucked up, because obviously the guy getting murdered on, in front of thousands of people is the most fucked up part. But the response to it is like, it's just disgusting, man. It's disgusting on both sides too. Like, anyone who likes talking about this shit on a consistent basis, we're like, okay, I'm here and I'm on my YouTube and I'm talking about this right now. But like, this isn't like what I do, like, how many times have you guys seen me on the internet talking about this kind of shit? Maybe 3 or 4 times, whereas like I've got my Pokemon channel that I've done hundreds of videos, almost 1,000 videos now at this point, if you include the streams. Like, streams count as VOD, so that's why I call it video. Hundreds and hundreds of videos, talking about Pokemon. I've done hundreds of videos talking about Fortnite. I've done tens of videos, probably like 50 videos talking about poker, 30, 40, if you include all my old ones from back in the day, talking about poker. So I've talked about a lot of stuff in my life, and I don't really talk about this stuff, a lot, but that's why I made this channel, was to talk about it more. So I will at some bit fall into this, but I'm not trying to be one of these people. But all I'm really getting at is the left, the right, whatever you want to call these sides. People are like trying to use this as a like a gotcha. Like, oh, look at this guy had these ideals, these values. The shooter, Tyler Robinson. Bro, I should get these names right, and I should get this fact right. But you guys know what the fuck I'm talking about. You guys know what I'm talking about. See, that's why I'm not the best person to talk to about this kind of stuff, because I don't even know everyone's proper name and all the dates and all the facts and all the stuff like that. I'll be the first person to admit that. But I know enough to have feelings and opinions, and I know we all have feelings and opinions right now, and it's hard to sort those out. And for me, whenever I want to sort out like what's jumbling around in my brain, I like to listen to people talk about things, because either agree with them or disagree with them, it helps me guide myself in life and where I want to go for my morals, for my ethics, for my just the kind of human that I want to be, you know, because at the end of the day, nothing really matters other than the relationship between you and yourself. Like, that's all that's going to make any difference is, you know, how you feel between you and yourself. And that's what I'm here trying to do. I'm trying to feel like I'm at least trying to do the right thing as an adult. That's all I can really say. So the main thing that I'm getting at with this whole, like, you know, people talking about, you know, people who make politics their whole thing and this and that is, it seems like people are really like rooting for one way or another right now, like the motives and the ideology and the background of the shooter. And it's like, bro, at this point, who fucking cares about any of that shit? Like, who gives a shit? The dude was crazy. That's it. That's all you gotta. He went out and shot someone on fucking, like, he was insane. So who cares what his parents said to him? Who, like, this isn't something that, like, I don't know how to word it, man. I'm getting fucking upset now. It doesn't matter red or blue. It doesn't matter left or right. It matters that one sick-ass motherfucker did a sick-ass motherfucking act. That's all that matters. So the main thing should be, how can we prevent more sick motherfuckers in the future from doing this shit? And I don't know the answer, but that's what the topic needs to be, okay? That's what the conversation needs to be. And that doesn't need to be fucking if this guy was this direction or that direction, or if his boyfriend, girlfriend, trans, left, right. Who fucking cares? Who fucking cares? Sorry, Zoe. Who cares? You got to get these people who feel like that's the answer, a solution. That's it. That's all I can say for now about that, without being like, get back to the golf. I'm getting too fucking mad. I'm getting too mad right now. All right, so this spot here is always a pain in the butt because we're uphill and we got to go under two trees, and I might even get caught under this first tree, but whatever. Under, down, down, down. No, it's fine, it's fine. Fairway at least. You go too hard, sometimes you go way over the hole, you go too light, sometimes you don't go through the leaves enough when you do hit them, so it's really a give and take right here. With the wedge though, I think it's going to bounce hard right. We want to drop it over the fringe, but not too far over the fringe, because we don't want this thing bouncing all the way down the hill. So I'm thinking literally, because we're uphill too, but then we got the wind in our face, so like I'm thinking like 101 dot, and then 10% over the dot. Actually, bro, with the roll, I did want to drop in the fringe. Holy hell. It was my accuracy that was off. Alright, I'm gonna get back to topic now that I'm not so heated no more. I apologize for, I don't know what it is, man. I don't know why I get so mad. I get so mad sometimes over these things. It's the lack of caring about the right thing that I think that really makes me angry. It's like, so we'll get, you know, let's just jump right into the topic. Like, I don't know how to do any of this, you know, violence stuff. I don't know how to solve violence. I really don't. Not in America, at least. I know other countries have done bans on guns. I don't know if that would work here. I really don't. I don't understand. Like, now I know that as soon as I say words like that, like, immediately, like, 30% of the country, like, if they could all hear my words right now, would be like, bro, you're out of your mind, and I will never give up my guns. And, like, that right there already is a huge issue, okay? That right there is a huge issue. Like, if you are so attached to your gun that you get passionate about it, like I'm getting passionate about this, then bro, that's like, that's weird. That's fucking weird. That's all I can say is that it's fucking weird. If you get as passionate about guns as I do about, I don't know, justice, about people living lives the right way, then that's crazy, man. If you really care about that tool that much. If you care about that one, because like that's all a gun's ever been to me. It's just a tool. It's a tool for a job. It's a tool for a job. Like, what's the job? For killing. That's the job. The job that a gun has is to kill. That is the only thing, that is its only function, is to kill. So, oh my god, this is a hard ash spot. 2 on the fairway, 1 to the green, 1 to the hole. There's no winning in this hole right here, bro. This is going in the water regardless, I think. So it's like either I take one stroke to get in there, you know, like to get closer to avoid the water, or I go for a shot that may end up in the water. Either way, I'm screwed. This wind is crushing me right now. I think we're going to go low. We're going to go low. That way we'll avoid the trees. We're going to go with the wind. We're uphill, but we got to deal with I'm trying to avoid the tree and the wind and the uphill. I think this should be fine. Whatever. If we get on that little island, oh my god, this might have actually worked. That was lucky. That was lucky. That was, you know what? Forget it. That was a good shot. That was a good shot. I'll pat myself on the back. That was a good shot. I just think this is a time that we need compassion, you know, over mainly everything else. Just compassion. Just be nice to people. We just need to all be kind to one another, because the crazy part about this world, right, or this country, I'll say, because like the world is, forget the world, bro. Forget the world. The world is a bonkers place, insane place. But like, I'll just talk about this country because that's all I can really even, you know, say as someone who's lived here his whole life. The hate that people have for those who are different from them is just as much as it's been. I felt like it was reduced for a while. Like, I thought that like during the 80s and 90s and like early 2000s that like diversity was like a good thing, but it seems like it's getting more tribal and more, and more this and more that. And I see tribalism in a lot of places. It's not just like the bad places where you would expect, like, it's not just like white nationalists. Like, no, I see a lot of people who say, well, as long as it's like them, not us, you know. I go through a lot of different places in life just to lurk around. You know, I've been in a lot of different subreddits before. I'm not gonna say which ones I'm talking about because I don't have any examples off the top of my head, so I don't want to, you know, spout nothing. But I've seen a lot of different people who are not white say similar things to white people in terms of like us, not them. Oh man, as long as it's, you know, us and not them. It's like, bro, anyone who thinks in terms of like my skin color and my people versus the rest of the world, it's like you're already fucked in the head. To me, you're already fucked in the head. And I guess like I'll preface this too with like my background and who I am and like what that means for like my positions. So you have to look at it too from my perspective. I am a mixed race person. I am very jumbled up. I got a few things in me, and it doesn't really matter what it is. That's the main important part. It doesn't matter what it is, like what I am. All that it matters is that I am not any one thing. I'm half this, I'm a quarter this, I'm a quarter that, you know? But as that result, there's not a lot of people like me. There's not a lot of people who are exactly, you know, my mixture. There's also not a lot of people who had my exact life growing up. Therefore, I really don't have any one tribe to adhere to if I wanted to go with this mentality. So I've always thought that this was stupid because there's a lot of people like me out there who are, I don't want to say like unique in that like, oh man, we're special, but it's like there's not a lot of people who've had my life exactly who have my, you know, specific mixture. Whereas like if you're a white person from the South, you're a white person from the South. If you're a black person from LA, you're a black person from LA. If you are a Mexican person from Mexico, you are a Mexican person from Mexico. Like you have a distinct heritage and you have things that go with that. So that's awesome, by the way. And I fucking love all that shit. And I'm sorry about, I don't know if it's cultural appropriation or whatever it is, but like, I don't care if I'm your race or not, bro. I'm stealing that shit if I like it, bro. I use chopsticks almost all the time when I eat. Fucking like chopsticks. And I'll let y'all in, I ain't Asian. So, but I fucking love using chopsticks because it works for me. Is that cultural appropriation? I don't fucking know. And if it is, I'm sorry, dude. I really am. I'm wearing some clothes right now that look like they're Japanese streetwear, you know, my pants or whatever. It's like, is that a cultural appropriation? I don't fucking know. I'm sorry, dude, if it is. I really am. To me, and these are the people who I want to be with, man. This is my tribe. If you feel like you are an earthling of Earth, that's it. That's all I've ever been, man. I'm on Earth. I've been here. This is my land. This is my planet. I don't care about the countries. I don't care about the lines. I don't care about all the stuff in between. I was born on Earth. If you were born on Earth, cool. Let's vibe. That's it. That's all I care about. Well, none of this like, whoa. Which country? Where were your lines? What borders were you? It's like, dude, what part of where were you born in relation to the equator, and what color is your skin as a result? These are the things I need to know before I can value you as a human. It's like, this is what the last 2,000 years of humanity has felt like. Just complete asinine bullshit. I feel like this is one of those spots where I hit the tree a lot. Yep. Don't bounce into the, dude, if you bounce into that, bunker, I was gonna say. Ugh. I don't know, man. Race and ethnicity and religion and all that bullshit has always been so fucking stupid to me. Like, go do whatever the fuck you want to do. Don't hurt other people. And yeah, that's all I can really say. That's all I could ever really say. Oh my god, dude, a little bounce. That's actually more. I didn't think I needed to size down. Huh, cool. A little more would be nice. Get on that fringe. Speaking of which, I haven't really talked about that, you know, on here. Religion. Do whatever the fuck you want, bro, but don't try to force your shit on other people. That's really it. That's really it. Do whatever the fuck you want, but don't try to force your shit on other people. So, like, if you're, and you know, once again, because I'm an American and I've only ever lived in America, so I can't really talk about a lot of religions, but I can talk about Christianity because that shit's everywhere. cool, you know, it's cool. Like, you can be Christian and I will not give a fuck, until you tell people that they can't have abortions because you're Christian. Until you tell people that they can't be gay because you're Christian. It's like, not sure if you're getting the point, but it's, once you start using the Bible as like a weapon against other people's lives, it's like, you're gonna have to go fuck yourself with that shit, please. And that's how a lot of this country works. It's how a lot of, like, dude, as soon as legislatures start talking about, well, my Christian values, it's like, I don't give a fuck about your Christian values. And by the way, I feel like I live my life in a way that has significant Christian value. And I am not a religious person, but I feel like I'm always trying to be nice to homeless people. I have a bag in my car full of just supplies, you know, toothbrush, blanket, pillows, water bottles, snacks. Anytime I see someone in need, I got that shit for them, bro. Anytime I see someone in need, I try to help them out. You know, I try to be there for people in life. I try to be generous with whatever I can be. I try to be kind to people. I try to, just the little things, try to say hello to people on the street, even though we're in California and that's not a very common thing to do around here. Might even get me like some weird looks, but I try to be friendly to everybody. I try to spread positivity wherever I go. I feel like these are all Christian values, okay? But at no point in my fucking life have I ever been like, well, if you don't do this shit because I do this shit, then fuck you. You know, it's like, let people be themselves, bro. Let people be themselves. Insanity. Just absolute insanity. Let people be themselves, man. Let people smoke their fucking weed. Let people drink their beer. And let people just fucking be themselves. I mean, there's no war on alcohol in this country, but like, there's definitely, you know, you can't do half the stuff people want to do. And I'm not saying that everything should be legal and readily available, but I think that if someone feels like they, you know, really need something, then they should have like the help that they need to get that. And I don't care about your religious beliefs between that. I really don't. I really don't. I don't know why that shot was so bad. All right, here, we're gonna make this one. Oh, bogey. Bogey on hole 9. I feel like a lot of religious stuff is actually very good and very positive and very, you know, like, say, like, for someone like me who doesn't have, like, a people or whatever, like, if I wanted to adhere to a religion, like, that could be, like, you know, my tribe or whatever, and it's like, that's very good for people that feel like they have a community to go with and, you know, to be a part of and to bounce ideas and life off of and all this and that. But once you start saying that, like, you can't do this shit because of Allah and you can't do this shit because of Jesus, then it's like, what are we even talking about anymore? What are we even fucking talking about anymore? So yeah, we're just talking about little stuff today. Just little stuff today. Assassination of a political figure and religion. You know, just the little things. Beeping, booping, skeeping, scooping. I'm gonna get back into Pokemon a lot more lately. I love Pokemon. ZA is coming out soon, so you guys are gonna see me on that, like, on the aforementioned Pokemon channel a lot more. I'll be making more videos and such. I want to do a giveaway. I haven't done a giveaway in a while, and I would like to. It gets expensive, low-key. Like, that's the only reason why I really haven't. It gets expensive, and it's annoying going to the post office. I hate going to the post office, bro. That's why I want to do like more. I'll do like one person will win one bigger prize. Before I would do, say I was going to give away a booster box, I would give away, say, 4 people would get 9 packs each, 36 packs in the booster box. Whereas now it's like, man, maybe I'll just give one person 18 packs or something, because, like, it's so much to fill out 4 different things, and then when you're at the post office line, having them do 4 different things is annoying too. And I could do like stamps.com again, but that's also annoying. So I don't know. I never wanted to be like shipping a ton. Shipping a ton is a very tedious task, man. Like even just packaging it, you know. Forget the label, like, but yeah, you have to worry about the labels. Even if you're not handwriting the label, even if you have to type the label out, you still gotta type the label. You gotta print the label. It's like you gotta do all this stupid little stuff. It's a pain. It's a pain. I want to do more like in-person sales. I want to go to like maybe Card Show. I might go to Frank and Sons tonight? What time does Frank and Sons open today? Frank and Sons. Let's see. It's on, it opens at 3 p.m. Opens at 3 p.m. But on a weekday, that might not be the easiest to get to. Actually, let me check and see. What's the traffic like right now? Because I could go up at like noon or so, you know, chill in the area. Sometimes I'll do that in California. If I'm going to go somewhere, I will not necessarily go there like immediately. It's 47 minutes away right now. Jeez. Let me see. Where's the traffic buildup? Oh, I guess it's like, yeah, it's on the 605. It's easier to go somewhere for me, I just don't like sitting in traffic a ton. I would rather have it be a smooth drive than worry about like maximizing my efficiency with my time. And I'll just like hang out and do something, you know, play like poker on my phone or something, you know, while I'm waiting. And then but then the drive back would be mid. I usually go on the weekends. That's kind of what I was going to say. Maybe I'll go on the weekend instead. I want to get a couple more Victini boxes. I got like 2 Victini boxes from eBay. Where is it? The Victini box. the black and white one. So I want to get a couple more because I want to open up this one and take the card out and put it in a hard case so that I can, oh, was that an eagle? I didn't even notice. So I can put it in a hard case. So I can like take it with me, you know? I like taking my cards with me. I like being a kid again with my cards. Whenever I go to the casino, I like to bring a lucky card with me. I feel like that's a nice way to use a Pokemon card, but like, you know, like you get value out of it. You bring it with you. It's fun. Just like, once again, like a kid again. Like a kid. But all right, what else is cool and new and fun and going on in life? Because I don't want to just talk about the, I'm not going to avoid all the topics the whole time. You know, maybe if I think about something else, we'll go back to it. But like, I don't want to keep, oh my God, why'd I go so high with that? I'm not really thinking right now. I'm just talking to you guys. Do not expect my best performance at golf when I'm just talking to you guys, I suppose. Because I am, yeah, it's kind of vibing. But yeah, ZA is going to come out in like, I guess less than a month now. Less than a month now. It's the 17th of the time of this recording, and it comes out the 16th of next month. So that's amazing. Very, very excited for that. Very excited for that. Ooh, 17 mile an hour. This is some good wind. If we can get a nice swing, not that way. If we can get it just straight down the center. Yeah, even like a little more would be perfect. Perfect. All good. The wind will carry it, but like I wanted it to carry it actually less. Bounce under. Oh, that's that good stuff right there. Now this spot always messes with me. Like I'm always giving it not enough. Even though I got the wind in my favor, I'm gonna go with the 7-iron. And I'm gonna put it right on the dot. Right on the dot. Let's see where we land. Yup. Because it always bounces first, bro. It always hits the ground before I expect it to. Oof. Why couldn't we have landed on the fringe? Whatevs. Rolled right off. All right. Go right here and then boom. So what else is new? I don't know. Now I can't get up. Now my brain's still on, you know, everything. Brain's still on everything. That's the main thing too that feels bad about life at times, is just the lack of what you can do, you know? Like it feels like I'm here yapping, you know, right now, because that's all I can do. That's all I got. All I got is yapping, you know? I don't have an answer. I don't even have a following. I just have, you know, 10, 20 people here that will, you know, maybe 5 of you are gonna see the video, and it's like, but you know what I'm saying? Like if I do this over time, sure, like more people will watch, more this and that, but talking doesn't change nothing. So this is just me helping myself, getting stuff off my chest, really. That's all this really is. But I would like to know how to change things. It just feels like the whole system is completely designed for the power to be in like a small few particular players' hands. You know, if you are not a politician and you're not like an important figure or like a billionaire, then you can kind of just go fuck yourself. That's what it feels like at the moment. Feels like if you are a citizen of this country and that's all you are, you know, like everyone gets one vote. It's like, yeah, but what does that really even matter if all you're doing is voting for the people that are going to make all the decisions and they're not making the decisions that you want? So it feels like it's a very, very powerless situation. Very powerless situation. You know, everything's getting more expensive. No one's getting paid more. Like, how is the national minimum wage still like 14 cents an hour? You know, it's like, what is it, like $7.50 an hour or some nonsense? Like, how is that even legal, bro? In 2025, the minimum wage is $7.50 an hour. Like, what? How is it not 25 bucks an hour yet? I don't know. If everything can inflate so fast, you know, price-wise, especially over the last, I was like, should we go for it? Especially over the last, post-COVID, like, it's just been, I feel like, crazy. I feel like everything's gotten so much more expensive, so much more quickly, and there's no sign, really, of anything slowing down, either. So I don't know, man, what are people to do? It feels like, so back in the day, how was this country built, you know? Off of slavery. And so they realized, okay, well, we can't do that shit no more. You know, public sentiment is like not good for slavery, of all things. So we got to stop doing that. And it was almost like, all right, the system then became, you got to get people to just be like free slaves, basically. So, and I'm not saying, obviously slavery was, you know, the worst shit in the world, but current people feel trapped. A lot of people feel trapped. They feel trapped with their job. They feel trapped with their bills piling up. If you have kids, forget about it, bro. So by no stretch am I saying anyone is a slave right now, but I'm saying that the mentality is like a very watered down version of that, where there's no way out and you're here and that's that. And that part feels real to myself and plenty of others. And like, once again, I'm very blessed. Like, I don't really need to worry about a lot of stuff that that I say maybe I've worried about in the past or that other people worry about right now. Like, I'm okay at the moment. and that's just it's a very, once again, blessed position to be in. But that doesn't mean I'll be okay for the rest of my life, and doesn't mean that I've always been okay. So I understand what it's like to be behind and be struggling and be counting every damn penny. And after you count every penny, that's already owed. Those bills are already, like, that money's already asked for. Like, just to be so far behind that it feels like you're never gonna get ahead. It feels so far behind that you're never gonna get ahead. And that's just, like, not a cool place to be, man. And it feels like this country, this government, at least, you know, they love that shit, bro. They love when people feel like that. They love when people feel trapped. They love when people can't, like, you know, support themselves and take care of what they need to take care of and flourish. They love that the American dream is just gone. Like, the American dream been gone, but that shit's gone. Like, I mean, for come to this country, you might get scooped up and deported before you even have a chance to try and find a job. Like, get the hell out of here. Like, the dream has been dead. So, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I can tell you at the very least, I you know, could help solve the financial situation a little bit better than the violent situation. You know, the financial situation is redistribute the motherfucking wealth. How about that? How about tax billionaires and get this shit going, man? Get the Zuckerbergs and the Bezos and all these motherfuckers out here to pay their fair fucking share. And, you know, let's help some communities out that really clearly need it. Let's help some communities out that really clearly need it. I don't know what it is with help that is so motherfucking, like, oh, people just, they can't stand helping other people. It hurts them, you know? Because he's been in, you know, the news obviously a lot recently. Like, there was a video of Charlie Kirk. Someone was like, yo, so, like, shouldn't we, like, at least, like, help kids with, like, you know, school lunch and this and that? And he was like, hell no. He was like, you want me to feed kids? And it's like, what? You're against the feeding of children? What kind of world are we living in where that's a topic, like, that's a, don't go anymore? Where, like, that's an actual talking point. Like, that's a controversial take, is I think kids should be fed. I think kids should have food. That's a controversial take to some people. That is a wild concept to me. That is a controversial topic. Some kids should not go hungry. In fact, I'm sorry, because I'm saying some kids do. So all kids should have food. That's like, some people think that's ridiculous. Socialism or whatever, and it's like, okay, I don't care if that's I don't give a fuck about socialism or whatever the hell you're talking about. I give a shit about quality of life for the extremely limited time that we're here. The extremely limited time that we're here. That's all I want is people to have a good life. Because, like, dude, life is so short, man. Life is so short. And it's also hard. And it's like, it's not fun if it's hard, bro. And we should all be aiming to have some good fucking fun, man. Like, I don't know how else to word it. Like, why can't we just have some fun? Why can't people just have their fun? You know, 80 years is a small amount of time, and you're lucky if you get that. You're lucky if you get the 80. And that's a small amount of time. So, like, let people have a good childhood, and let people have a good, you know, good old age. Let people, like, not struggle during the middle part of their life. Why is that so controversial? Why is that so, you know, what's so wrong with that? I guess we'll end it there. I've been yapping a lot, but, like, what's so wrong with that? What's so wrong with people just having a good life, man? Like, I think that's all we should really strive for. As soon as I stopped struggling, that's all I wanted to do, was to help other people get a good life too. You know, I've offered to teach probably 40 people at this point how to play poker, because it's, like, made me tens of thousands of dollars this year, because it's been such an easy ass game, but no one wants to learn how to play poker, so whatever. You know, I feel like I've been good enough, okay, to my family, you know, with gifts and time and loan and this and that, whatever, you know. So I try to put my people on. I try to do what I can, and the more I get, man, the more it's gonna be for everyone. Like, I don't keep every dollar. Like, that's why I have a channel called Free Pokemon Giveaway. Like, I've given away thousands of dollars of Pokemon stuff, like literally thousands. Like, I've given away 10 copies of the game, at least, I think 10 or 11 copies of Scarlet and Violet when it came out. Give away so much more in just random gift cards I had left over too, you know, $20 here, $15 here. The booster packs, I've given away hundreds of booster packs. So, like, I spread the wealth. I think that's just all that's important, man. Like, let's just all be on the same team, man. That's all I want, is for us to just all be on the same team, man. You can believe whatever the fuck you want to believe, man, but let's just care for each other. Like, we're all humans on Earth. That's it. We're all humans on Earth. We're all in this together. We're all in the same family. We're all in the same team. We're all on the same side. We're all humans on Earth, man. It's not me versus you. It's not them versus them. It's just, we're all humans. So let's just do that, man. Let's just do that. All right, that's all I got for today. Thank you all. Love you all. Thank you so much. Look at little precious Zoe, the love of my freaking life right here. Look at her. Oh my god, she finally got used to me ranting and raving. She is used to it. Like, you know, we're like literally 5 feet apart right now, and she's like, yeah, whatever, this guy is always doing this. But thank you guys so much. I will record again soon, and I'll talk to you all later. Thank you. Love you. Bye bye.